Hi there and welcome to one more video related to the CFA ESG Certificate. Previously we launched a video called the top 15 questions of the CFA ESG Certificate, and this is an updated version of that video. Today we will go through the most asked questions from the CFA ESG candidates. This video includes more questions and updated content compared with the previous one. As you already know, Alma Mundus is a CFA Institute prep provider for the CFA ESG Certificate. To learn more about us and our study solutions, please check the links in the description. In the last 3 editions of the CFA ESG Certificate, we have run surveys, interviews, and hosted webinars with thousands of candidates, which we use to compile the most asked questions from the CFA ESG candidates. So today we will go through all these questions, 18 questions, the most asked questions from CFA ESG candidates. We will answer each one of them. In the description you will see the starting time of each question in case you want to jump directly to one specific question. In this video we will tell you the goal, the entry criteria, the fees, the pass rates and pass mark, the level of difficulty, the format of the exam, and more. In the end, we will answer the main question: is it worth it? Stay tuned. Before we start, please subscribe, like, share, and feel free to ask any questions. Follow us on LinkedIn to receive all the news, updates, alerts, promotions, and more. Attend one of our free live webinars, CFA ESG Study Strategies and Exam Tips. Check our events on LinkedIn or the link in the description. Also try our free demo. You can check any available discounts in our free demo or the description below. The most asked questions from candidates are laid out here. We will answer each one of them. In the description you will see the starting time of each question in case you want to jump directly to one specific question. Question number 1 refers to the objective of the CFA ESG certificate. The main focus is on analyzing and integrating material ESG factors into investment decision making. Also, it is used by non-investment professionals to understand ESG risks and opportunities. The second question refers to the entry criteria. In fact, there are no entry criteria. Everyone can apply. Of course, it will be easier for investment and finance professionals, but as we will see in question 4, the CFA ESG certificate is not exclusive to investment and finance professionals. Do I need to have other certificates or experience to do the CFA ESG certificate? Candidates don't need to have passed other CFA Institute certificates, have a specific degree, or have a certain level of experience. As we previously referred, there is no entry criteria, so everyone can apply. So to whom is it directed? Mainly for investment and finance professionals, but this certificate has shown that professionals in other areas also want to know about ESG topics. Alma Mundus have worked with thousands of candidates, including journalists, marketing professionals, auditors, professors, public relations, investment relations, environmentalists, board members, supply chain managers, and more, besides, of course, investment and finance professionals. Question number 5 refers to the total number of registrations for the CFA ESG certificate. In April 2023, the CFA ESG certificate had over 35,000 registrations. This number refers to the total number of registrations since edition 1 in 2019. The graph presents the increase in the number of candidates since edition 1. Regarding the fees associated to the CFA ESG certificate, the registration cost is $795. It includes the registration fee and the official CFA ESG certificate manual in PDF format. Then we detailed all the potential additional costs. If you want to buy the hard copy of the official manual is $135. If you need to retake the exam is $575. If you book your exam but for some reason you need to reschedule it is $30, but you need to do it 72 hours before your exam date. Candidates will have 6 months to do their exam after registration. The exam can be booked right after the candidate receives the registration confirmation, but the CFA Institute recommends at least a month of study before booking your exam. Question number 8 is a question that we receive frequently. Candidates want to know if they have specific or fixed dates to do their exam. And that's because in other CFA Institute certificates you have specific dates to do your exam. The answer is no. The CFA Institute does not define the exam date. Candidates do. This is in fact an advantage of the CFA ESG certificate. After registration, candidates have 6 months to plan, study, and decide when they do their exams. The only limitation may be the number of exam spots available on specific dates. We advise our candidates to book their exams 2 to 3 weeks in advance to avoid any potential exam overbooking. Question number 9 refers to version cycles or cutoff periods. It is important that candidates understand the version cycles. But before that, let us explain the nature of these version cycles. A new version or edition is an updated version of the previous one. It includes additional content and outstanding corrections or amendments to previous versions. Every year we have a new edition of the CFA ESG certificate book. From now on, new editions match the calendar year. So edition 4 is also known as the 2023 edition. Edition 5 will be also known as the 2024 edition, and so on and so on. Edition 4, the current edition, will last until December 2023. The next edition, edition 5, will start in January 2024, and edition 6 in January 2025. Question 10 refers to the content covered by the CFA ESG certificate. The CFA ESG book comprises 9 chapters divided into 3 main sections. The first 2 chapters are an introduction to ESG and ESG markets. From chapter 3 to chapter 6 is the theory behind each ESG factor and the importance of engagement and stewardship. The last 3 chapters are dedicated to how to analyze, integrate, and report. We detail the chapters per number of pages. We clearly can spot chapters 3, 7, and 8 as the heaviest chapters. The book has in fact 580 pages, but we are only considering the content pages you need to study for the exam. The CFA provides a question allocation per chapter. For example, chapter 1 will have between 4 to 8 questions in the exam. Chapter 7, between 20 to 30 questions. Based on this allocation, we laid out a potential distribution of questions in the exam. It is easy to understand that chapter 7 is the most important chapter with 26 questions in the exam. And based on our surveys, candidates identified chapters 3, 7, and 8 as the most challenging. Regarding the pass rate and pass mark of the CFA ESG certificate, The last information available refers to a pass rate around 71%. The pass mark is not disclosed by the CFA Institute, but we believe that the pass mark may be between 70 and 75%. You may find in different forums, blogs, websites, and webinars the information that the pass mark is between 60 and 70%. We advise you to disregard this information. If you want to know more about it, attend one of our free webinars. We advise candidates that work with Alma Mundus to reach the 80% mark while practicing. We believe that to reach a minimum of 70 to 75% in the exam, candidates need to score higher while they are practicing. The CFA Institute recommends around 130 hours for non-investment professionals and 100 hours for investment professionals. We advise candidates to have these as a reference only. We understand that someone without an investment background may take more than 130 hours. We notice that it also depends on each candidate's quality time and conditions to prepare for the exam. How difficult is the CFA ESG exam? Here we will compare the CFA ESG certificate with other CFA Institute certificates. For those that don't know the CFA Institute is a global professional organization that provides investment professionals with finance education. The CFA Institute provides different certificates. These certificates have different levels of difficulty. Their flagship program is the CFA, a 3-level certificate that you see here has CFA L1, L2, and L3. They also provide the CFA ESG Investing Certificate, which is a level 4 on the CFA Institute ranking. Comparing the CFA ESG with other CFA Institute certificates, we can say that it is as tricky as the Investment Management Certificate and easier than the CFA L1. If we compare the CFA ESG with the CFA L1, the CFA ESG certificate requires less reading and no calculations are required to answer the 100 questions in the exam. However, it is important to acknowledge that the CFA ESG certificate still follows the CFA high standards. Therefore, it requires a study plan, commitment, and practice. After comparing the different CFA ESG certificates, we surveyed 230 CFA ESG alumni about the level of difficulty of the CFA ESG certificate, and these are the results. 1/3 reported that the exam was more difficult than anticipated, while 41% found it to be of the expected difficulty level, and 26% found it to be easier than expected. Two critical factors in your preparation will be, of course, your level of ESG knowledge, if you are already familiar with the ESG concepts, and probably the most important, how do you prepare for this exam? The exam comprises 100 questions. The time of completion is 2 hours and 20 minutes. The exam is built based on standard multiple choice questions. All the questions are based on the content of the CFA ESG book. No calculations are required to answer the exam questions, therefore, no calculators are allowed. For native and proficient English speakers, time does not seem to be an issue in the exam. However, this may be an issue for non-native and non-proficient speakers. During their preparation, candidates should test not only their ESG knowledge, but also their time management and energy in an exam scenario. This can be achieved by practicing sets of 100 questions or mock exams that mimic the exam challenges. Now, you may be asking about the study materials available and how to prepare for this exam. The CFA Institute provides a PDF version of the book and one mock exam. The book has 15 to 20 self-assessment questions per chapter. Many candidates look for additional study solutions to prepare for their exams. We offer free tools such as webinars and our study platform free demo. We also have available our question bank per chapter and complete study platforms, our study platform standard and our study platform plus. Our question bank includes question bank per chapter with more than 500 questions, detailed feedback per question, diagnostic report per chapter and question, and access to our community center where you will be able to ask any questions to our tutors. Our study platform standard includes a mock exam in addition to all the question bank study tools. Our Study Platform Plus is the most complete option and the preference of Alma Mundus candidates. It provides you with guidance and tips to increase the efficiency of your studies. It follows an active learning approach so you can practice, improve, and consolidate knowledge. It provides you with 3 mock exams to help you reach the proficiency level needed in the exam day, and offers optional tutor support focused on details and exam guidance. The certificate has a global presence but is not yet available everywhere. The CFA Institute is introducing this certificate on a market-by-market basis. Candidates will need to check if their country is included. We will leave a link in the description where you can see the list of all centers available and also information about the remote option. You can also send an email to the CFA Institute. When and how can candidates book their CFA ESG exams? Candidates can book their exams right after they receive their registration confirmation. Candidates have 2 options to do their exams: through test centers or remotely. The test centers are open every working day. The remote option is available from Monday to Saturday through OnView remote proctored exams. You should always check if there are available dates for each one of the options. And last but not least, is the CFA ESG certificate worth it? Our short answer is yes, it is. One effective way to demonstrate the value of the CFA ESG certificate is to provide examples of global organizations that have adopted the CFA ESG certificate to educate their employees. It is widely recognized that CFA ESG certified professionals have a better understanding of how to analyze and integrate material ESG factors in their day-by-day roles. ESG was first mentioned in the 2006 United Nations Principles for Responsible Investment report. The PRI is the world's leading proponent of responsible investment. The graph refers to the PRI number of signatories and asset under management. From 63 signatories and 6.5 trillion in assets under management in 2016 to 3,826 signatories and 121 trillion in assets under management in 2021. Enrolling in the CFA ESG certificate at this stage allows candidates to study subjects in a developing field with high market demand and opportunities. The CFA ESG Certificate aims to prepare professionals to take those opportunities. Thank you for watching. I hope this video answered all your CFA ESG Certificate related questions. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, or ask any questions. Keep focused, keep learning. You will pass this exam.